All right, welcome back to another episode of Take Foul. We got Ike, we got Mike, we got me, Sam, and we are talking to you on Wednesday night, about 6 days before the official tip of the NBA season. And we have a few storylines, but mostly today we're going to go over our standings for each conference. We're not gonna, go into playoffs and stuff like that yet. Maybe we'll throw in like a, off the cuff title pick kind of thing. Why not? Towards the end. But first, we're going to start with the Houston Rockets, former Houston Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. So essentially what's happened is he was arrested, or he turned himself in, and was charged with assault on his girlfriend, allegedly beating her while she was asleep, breaking like her neck or something. There's been some sort of muddled stuff that has come out. It's been like New York Post headlines, so
Yeah.
like who sort of knows with that stuff, about like maybe she actually didn't get a bone broken or something, and she's like speaking out for him. I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
little unclear, but regardless, on the NBA side, he was traded to the Thunder, who waived him immediately. Thunder sent Victor Oladipo and Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and they were able to get, what was it?
Two second-round draft picks.
Yes, it was 2 second-round picks, and they moved Oladipo's $9.5 million expiring, and then they will have to pay the $16.9 million guaranteed left on Porter Jr.'s contract as they waive him. So, Mike, was this an ethical move by the Oklahoma City Thunder?
If all these allegations are accurate and true, I don't like the idea of them trading him away to kind of save their business aspect of it. I think that is kind of morally gross. Like I think they should have been the ones, like he's their responsibility. They should have been the ones who released him. They should have made the stood in the stand and be like that we don't stand for this and we are waiving Kevin Porter Jr. But their refusal to do so kind of makes it feel like they care, and obviously more than makes it feel like, it just shows that they care more about money and business than terrible domestic abuse. So
What about the Thunder's side? Like, do you think
I also think
it's
that's
like
kind of gross on their end. I also think that's kind of weird that they would go about that and be like, all right, we're going to use this as like a piece to be able to get rid of, like, because they got rid of Oladipo's contract, right? They got like
Yeah, they got rid of Oladipo's expiring, and Jeremiah Robinson Earl. So the OKC has like a little bit of a roster crunch right now. Before this, they had like they had over 15 dudes, and over like the 3 guys that they can sign to 2 ways. So there's a little bit of question. There's a ton of young, talented guys there. So this sort of solves some of those problems for them as well.
I don't know. Using a situation like this as like a chip to solve those issues just doesn't sit right with me personally.
Yeah,
Greasy.
yeah, it feels a little icky, I think. I think I agree with your original point where it's like it's the Rockets, dude. It's their problem, really. And I don't, it's like I guess they got Jeremiah Robinson Earl out of it. Is Oladipo still serviceable?
No.
No, right? No.
No.
I saw an article from The Athletic asking, like, where is Victor Oladipo going to end up and, like, best landing spots for Oladipo.
It's from The Athletic?
Either that or, like,
Sounds more
it might
like
have been Sounds like Bleacher Report,
yeah.
but I think it wasn't Bleacher Report.
Really? Okay. They've gone downhill over our colleagues at the Athletic. So Oklahoma City has 15 first round and 22 second round picks over the next 7 years.
That should be illegal.
It's like, what's going on there? And I guess it's like, I feel like they've done this the past few drafts where they will try to consolidate some of the draft picks by trading 2 for 1 when they like see a guy further up in the draft that they really like. So they'll like trade 2 of their lower first round picks for a guy that they like. It's like it's obscene, I think, and I'm not sure, I guess it's like, will they push their chips in for a trade? It sort of seems like that may be the route moving
I
forward.
think they're sitting on like when they want to go all in kind of vibe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not as much as the Knicks are, but it also is like, at some point you Shea's already on the or I think he's still on the rookie max. They're gonna have to pay Giddey. They're gonna have to pay Jalen Williams. They're gonna have to pay Chet, and all of those guys are gonna catapult them into the tax. And if they're not, I don't know. Maybe they don't want to do that. Small market team, who knows? James Harden didn't go to practice.
He's in Houston.
No.
Is Harden? Is he doing a classic sabotage move? Did he just sleep in? What's your read here?
I think Joel Embiid put it best when he was like, he must have something really important going on, or something going on.
That is
he
that
must
what
be
Embiid
doing.
said?
Yeah,
I see that. Yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's got something.
He must have something going on.
He's got something going on.
Whatever. That guy's a mess, and so is that team. Like, I don't know anyone in the league who would benefit from trading for him right now, like in terms of what they're asking for. That guy is deplorable.
Has he always been this? Like, if we go way back, like, were they right to go with Thabo Sefolosha over him? Like, has he always just been this big of a? Huh? I thought it was Sefolosha.
No, it
was Ibaka. Yeah.
Whatever. Were they right to go with Ibaka over him?
I think they were right to go with Thabo Sefolosha.
Great defender. Let's not devalue
the classic debate of James Harden versus Thabo Sefolosha.
Hold up. There's only one ball that everyone can play
pointed
defense.
at the earth.
No. There's one ball everyone can play defense.
Can't be Thabo. I don't know. It seems like I don't know. I guess nobody really blamed him for wanting to leave OKC because it seemed like reasonable, and like he kind of just like, everyone expected him to do that.
I'm not sure if it was like him that was pushing.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like
they could only get one.
I think it was kind of implied.
One or the other. Yeah.
Yeah, like technically could have stayed, but obviously he would have gotten more money. So everyone was like, "Yeah, it makes sense."
Yeah.
And then I don't know where the turn really happened. I think people probably started to realize after the Nets, like.
No, it was before that because he like forced his way
Houston.
out of Houston too.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but I think like popular opinion kind of really started going against him when he like wanted to leave the Nets.
Yeah.
Like it was obvious that he was being a dick and getting fat on purpose.
What's that old saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Yeah.
And then fool you a third time.
Can't get fooled again.
I think he just he pulled the George Bush out right there.
So there was a little like clip from the Pat Bev podcast where what's the guy who does the white party's name? What's his name again?
Michael Rubin.
Yes,
The owner.
Michael Rubin is on the
God,
Pat
he's a
Bev pod,
loser.
and he used to be the owner, partial owner of the Sixers.
He
since,
still is right
Oh,
now.
he still is.
I
Okay.
thought, yeah.
Whatever. And no. I'm pretty sure. Wait, actually, no. I think you're right. And no, I think he's a former owner because part of the thing was like he.
Oh, he can't own them anymore. He had to sell. Yeah, he can't.
Yeah,
he's not
no,
the owner
he's
anymore.
he was like, this would have never happened under me.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But
Really? I thought he was saying he looked great.
No, yeah. I mean, so he still has a relationship with James Harden, obviously, and he's like to Pat Bev is like James, like nothing more he wants in the world than to win a championship. And Pat Bev being on the Sixers is like, yeah, like for sure.
He looks great. Like
Yeah,
he's been
looking,
the best player.
yeah.
Like I
And
don't
it's
know,
like
just smoke. Yeah.
If you really
How
wanted
the mighty
to,
have fallen, Pat Bev, dude. What the hell has he been doing?
I don't know. What a
Hyping up his lads,
shill.
he's always done that.
Yeah, I guess so.
We see him get ejected
No,
last night.
no, he
in
did
the
not
preseason.
always. No, I heard
He
about
was
it,
like he
I
went
saw
after
that,
Ben
yeah.
Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did
Preseason.
see that. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, some crazy mental gymnastics by Michael Rubin. Where it's like, oh yeah, nothing more James Harden wants than to win a championship. That's why he opted in, demanded to be traded, and is sitting out like on
Wanted to go to the
potential
fucking
championship
Rockets.
caliber team.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's just a lie. He's a pathetic competitor. I don't know.
Can't call him a
Not much
competitor
more.
anymore.
Yeah, that's a broad word.
I
I would say.
I stand by. He was robbed back in that one series when Houston, as him and the CP3 against the Warriors that one year.
He was robbed.
They stole it from him. Yeah, that was the championship ring they stole from
You don't
Chris
think it
Paul
had to
and
do with him averaging like 10 points a game?
No. And Chris Paul got hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. That's sort of it for like current stuff. Let's get into. Go ahead.
Before we do that, a little WNBA talk. They got now. It is currently 2-1 in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Big game in New York tonight. No Candace Parker, and the Las Vegas Aces opened up as 6-point underdogs. I'm pretty sure it's their biggest like the biggest doubt they've had all season. And I don't understand how. Someone explain to me how when you have three of the best 5 players in your starting roster, you're opening up as 6-point underdogs in New York. That makes sense to
Losers
me.
and no depth.
All right, no depth.
What's the money line? Do you know?
Plus 205.
Is this a net worth bet?
Get a second mortgage out.
The mortgage on the Aces tonight.
There are 2 U's up in the air on the Aces currently as we speak.
Okay, there we go. Might have to tail that. Moving
I'm tailing
on.
my prison parlay, boy.
Yeah, dude.
Liberty.
He got out. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm a little sketchy on the details of it all, but
it's like a Twitter.
Putting in a parlay to pay your bail.
Oh,
you think
yeah.
that-
Yeah.
What a legend.
You think that can happen?
I would like to believe it. How about that?
Yeah. Let's say he's out.
Gamble for good. Gambling to dismantle
Defeat
the
the
prison
bonds.
industrial complex. Gambling to end cash bail. Let's go.
So your boys did not cover against those Israelis yesterday.
No, they looked like it
No,
was,
they didn't.
They
They did
looked
not
like they
cover
might
for
lose
Palestine.
the first
Yeah.
half.
They did not cover for Palestine.
I tell you, Dwayne Bacon might get another shot in the league.
Hey, he was
He
looking
looked
good.
good.
I gotta say, I could not watch more than the first quarter of that game.
Sam, it
It
got
was-
a lot better.
It was tough.
Eventually came out close to covering.
You were there, right?
Yeah.
Boots on the
Rip
ground.
roaring crowd. A lot of
Ike versus Israel.
there were a lot of Israeli fans in the crowd. I'll say that they
Uh-oh.
brought out their own. Kind of funny that they have a guy named Dwayne Bacon, right? Just
Oh.
kind of. I wish he's back in the league so I could start a thing where people just oink at him, like just Dwayne Bacon.
You could
get that out of me.
we could start a thing right here on Take Foul.
Yeah, let's do this. When he gets signed to the Spurs mid-season, every Take Foul listener buy tickets behind the away bench and oink at him all game.
The Spurs.
All match.
Free.
Don't know about the Spurs.
Spurs.
Moving forward. Fucking pushing forward past Dwayne Bacon. Please.
Fat ass. He doesn't look skinny. I'll
How
say
many
that,
people
but
have you
he's-
called fat on this podcast?
It's crazy what they get away with.
So much fat shaming. Anyway,
No,
so should we start with the East or the West? I think the West is a little more interesting, personally, but I don't know. What do you
East.
guys think? East. Let's start with
Obviously
the East. Let's
All
start
right.
with the East.
I got over unders on their wins too. Do we want to do that or no?
Let's
I
not
didn't do that.
go too crazy on the over-unders because that's like a whole nother thing, but we can like add it on like once we're done talking about a team. How about that?
So how do we want to do it? Do we want to go top 8 and then do our last 15, or do we want to how do we want to?
I think top to bottom is probably okay. Should we do our first 4?
All right, sure. I think 3 out of the 4 are all going to be the same. And you guys want to snake it like we did last time, and I'll go first.
Sure.
All right. So
I don't
got
think
Buck.
three.
Oh, you don't
Go
think
ahead.
3 out of 4? All right. I got Bucks 1, Celtics 2, Sixers 3, Miami 4.
Okay, so Miami's
Terrible.
the new one there.
So my issue is I was looking. The East isn't very good.
No.
I don't think the East is good. The East is
No,
not very good. Yeah, the East is not great. And that's the problem. Ike, what do you got?
Bucks, Celtics, Cavs, Knicks.
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, no.
You just put a team
New York?
that was like the 10th in the East last year, 3rd or 4th.
Who?
The Heat.
You mean the team that won the East last year?
Yeah, 10th. Regular
The team
season,
that,
Mike.
that won?
Regular season.
Yeah, I think
They were 8 also.
What?
They're 8.
Yeah, I mean they really fucked off
They were-
in the regular season last
They were
year.
8.
Go ahead, Sam.
The Heat, like they just didn't
Yeah.
care. And they had a lot of like weird bad losses. I remember I would tune into a game on League Pass and I just would turn it off because it's so boring. Like, I don't know. There's just like a general lack of energy throughout the regular season, it felt like, especially.
Yeah, and I don't think they got better.
I don't think they got much worse.
Yeah, I'm actually
Jimmy Butler's a year older.
I don't think they got much worse either. I was pretty bullish on like Heat downfall, but I was sort of going through it, and I was like really thinking about it. And I was like, they're gonna find a way. Like they still have Jim Butler, they still have Bam.
They'll find a way into the
There's gonna
play-in.
be some
Yeah.
like weird, Haywood Highsmith minutes that go their way. He's probably gonna get traded or like go away in free agency, get a big contract. It's just gonna be the same shit.
Yeah, and it's like it's not
Yeah,
like I'm
they
saying they're top
play it.
3. It's gonna be I think we'll be top 4.
Not
I
like-
think.
It's not like I'm
Well,
saying they're top
I don't
3.
I don't think they're gonna be top 4. I don't think that's crazy either.
I think it's
but
bad shit.
it's the East. It's bad this year.
It's not great. It's not awesome.
For me, it's Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Cleveland. I was actually sort of surprised. I thought I was gonna have to defend my Philly pick.
Yeah.
To you guys.
Yeah, I mean, that team's a joke. Like, why are we... Yeah.
But they still have one of the best players in the league. Like they still have
And
Joel Embiid.
Tyrese
Embiid's
Maxey
still there.
and-
Maxey's also good.
Maxey's gonna have a great year. There were the on-off minutes with James Harden and Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, those metrics are really good when it's just Embiid and Maxey.
Yeah,
and I think
I'm giving you those two, but like
I don't think you need much more. Like I don't know. I think like
it's just like the two. Surround them with shooters.
Yeah.
And like Tobias Harris is always going to be serviceable. They probably like improve in pace and stuff with Harden off the floor. And maybe Harden stays.
You guys always sleep on my boy PJ.
If PJ's another nothing burger on offense, I don't know if it's like
everyone has to play D. Sam, it's all right. Like he plays lockdown defense.
Yeah, but
you don't need to play offense.
It's like
it doesn't. He doesn't need to.
No, he doesn't need to score points. But it's like, is that really viable to have like one of your starters just have 0 points every single night?
You're talking to a man who has a ring.
God.
You're talking to NBA champion PJ Tucker.
All right. Yeah, PJ Tucker was at that weird Daryl Morey is a liar party. So
was he?
I don't know what that's about.
He just likes to party.
Yeah, he does.
He's out there.
So I guess I went last, so I'll do my next 4. Or
yeah.
Maybe next 2. Let's do next 2,
yeah,
and then we'll do the
play-ins. Yeah.
5th, I got New York. And 6th, I have Miami. I think the Knicks are, a team that's sort of built for the regular season, where Miami isn't, and like they'll care more in general. I think they actually did improve on the fringes. I'm sort of tempted to put the Knicks above Cleveland just because of the performance that Cleveland did. I think Cleveland's so fraudulent. I'm such a Mobley hater right now. I think that guy sucks at offense. Like he has like DPOY level defense, okay? But I think like they probably hide him next to Jared Allen in a way. And like every time he touched the ball, I was like, I didn't watch a ton of Cavs games, but it was like it really was reliant on Mitchell and Garland sort of creating from the outside, and Mobley would be finishing some things, but it was like I just don't think the guy is capable. I don't think he's capable. I don't think he has the skills.
I don't think he's capable of being like the guy, but I think he's a very good piece for them to have. Like I think like I would I don't know, like I think Mobley would be obviously I would take him in a heartbeat in Chicago. He would make that team immensely better, like just leaps and bounds better, But I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I take Mobley in Minnesota for the Gobert spot, but like if I was like looking for offense on my team, I don't know. I just don't like. There's a lot of like Tim Duncan talk. There's like Kevin Garnett talk with Mobley. I just don't see it. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, like right now he isn't being asked to do too much.
No.
Yeah.
So like I think he's in like a really good situation in terms of what he's being asked to do and what he can do. Like
I think it was sort of exposed in the playoffs, and I think that caps their upside.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he steps it up. I think he will. I think he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
I think their ceiling is way higher than the Knicks and the Heat, like in terms of regular season. I think they have a bunch of talent. I kind of like them a lot.
What's their
like
over
we got
under?
5-6. They're the Cleveland's.
Yeah.
It's 50.5.
50.5.
That's a lot of wins.
A lot of wins.
You're saying under?
It's a good number.
I'm saying under that. I'm saying under that.
But they're still your 4th seed, no?
No, not my 4th seed.
That's Miami.
Yeah.
Ooh, I see. It's like I can still see them winning a lot of regular season games, just from like defense and East bad, and Garland and Mitchell. But I don't like them in the playoffs. No. And then
All right,
six is Miami. We touched on Miami. I don't really have anything to add there.
Mm-hmm. So it's me.
Yeah.
Nets and then 76ers, 5 and 6.
Nets? You say the Nets?
Dude, are you a Ben Simmons truther?
The Brooklyn Nets?
The Brooklyn Nets were the 6th seed last year, guys.
Yeah, because they had so
come on
many fucking wins before the trade deadline because of KD
listen.
and Kyrie.
I don't think they were horrible after the trade dedeadline. I think Mikal Bridges is really good. I think Cam Johnson. Let's look up their record. Someone get the stats guy on it. Yeah, Nets.
That's gross. And who was your Nets and who?
76ers.
And they're your 6?
Yeah.
That's a big regression for the 76ers on your book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they had the MVP last year.
All right, so you think James Harden made that big of a difference? Where they dropped down?
No, I think the other teams are improving.
Listen.
Listen.
The Brooklyn Nets were 13 and 15 since the trade deadline.
Ooh.
To finish the year.
Not 500.
That's okay.
It's not okay. It's bad.
That's okay. That's fine.
All right. I'm up. All right. 5 seed. The Orlando Magic.
Oh, here we go.
The Orlando Magic. Yes. And then 6, I got Cleveland.
I get shit for the Brooklyn Nets and then this.
No, the Magic are a way better pick than the Nets. The Magic are about to arrive on the scene with Anthony Black. They took Anthony Black from Arkansas, probably the best defender in that draft class.
What's he, like the ninth player? He's not going to start.
No,
I don't think he'll start.
Saying it. I don't think Bonchero, Wagner, our guy Jalen Suggs, prime for a big year. I'm serious, but I think he's going to have a good year.
He's not.
Inshallah,
I think he's going to have a good year.
Inshallah.
Yeah, he's not.
I am excited that these Magic might play competitive basketball. They will play competitive basketball.
So I like the sentiment of the pick. I like a lot of those guys. I'm a big Wagner guy. I'm a Paolo guy after he swore off the Italians to join Team USA.
I actually thought that was kind of soft, but
it was a bit soft.
He's not fascist.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
fascism.
he is.
He's not a fascist.
Yeah, he is.
No.
You can't take that out of your blood.
Okay.
No, it doesn't work like
You're
that.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Get rid of something like that.
I think it's still a bit soon for it. I think there's still
As a guy who bet
young.
the over on like 23.5 or something last year, I'm not in on the Magic this year. They had all the same talent No, it didn't hit.
Is it?
It did. 23.5? Yeah, it did.
23
It was
and a half
probably
games?
higher than that.
Okay.
I was just being. I think they won something like 25 games.
Well,
No, I
their
think they won,
over
like,
is
mid-30s.
their over is
Really?
37 and a half right now. Hammer
Over.
that over. Yeah, I like the Magic, and then the Cavs. I don't know. I think I just don't think this team's gonna this. What they have built is good enough to really be anything. I think they're just gonna kind of be first round exit team moving forward for the time being. Whatever.
I think they could be a second round exit team, but I don't. I'm not.
Maybe.
They're not challenging anyone in a serious manner. I think, including the Knicks.
Play
by
it.
the way.
Yeah. Play-ins.
Yeah. Back to you then, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got 7 New York, 8 Chicago, 9 Pacers, 10 those fuckers up north in Toronto, dude. They just sneak in. They just sneak into that 10 spot. They just make that 10 spot for me. I don't know. I feel like this is pretty I don't really see where much goes different here. Like I think Chicago is just in that stalemate in which they're just going to continue to do maybe like a little bit worse year by year. I honestly have them up one spot from last year though, or up maybe two spots from last year, just because I think they did underperform last year.
Chicago,
and I think they did it. They were the 10th seed right last year. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's an underperformance for them last year. I don't think they're definitely a play-in team, but I think they're probably like that 8th spot behind New York. I don't know. That's as real as I can get with the Bulls. It's like that's just what they are.
Yeah.
Like who? Like okay, you're gonna have some absolute troll shit because who's that much better than them? Like if you don't, you have to have them to play it.
Let's hear it, Ike.
Number 7, the Indiana Pacers.
You guys are
Number
Pacers
8,
people.
Toronto Raptors. Number 9, Miami Heat. Number 10, Atlanta Hawks.
No, this is stupid.
I mean, saying the Hawks
yeah, Mike,
be better than the Bulls
Hawks.
is like
You have the Hawks, outside of the play-in?
I have the Hawks right out of the play-in. I think.
I don't know about that.
Hawks right at 11. Toronto beats them out. I wanted to put them at 10. I don't like Toronto, but
I couldn't do it.
The numbers. This is the data didn't match up.
Yeah,
I ran the numbers.
Yeah, no, Bulls are I got the Magic above them. Yeah,
I agree. The Magic are better than them.
Do you think there's any blow it up?
Pacers are not better
potential than them in Chicago?
No, because people are too afraid to lose their jobs, and they're owned by a fucking idiot and Jerry fucking whatever, and people are too afraid to lose their jobs. I think it's too tumultuous until they sell the team. It's garbage. It's just garbage.
I do like. It's like I gotta say. Chicago and Toronto are probably the most sort of boring teams to me, just because there's just like absolutely nothing. Like
Zach LaVine's not boring.
Yeah, no, I think someone like the players could be interesting, I guess, but like in terms of like the storylines going into next season, it's like we are running it back and vibing.
Yeah, running back mediocrity.
What the deal is with Masai Ujiri as well. He's like, I want a title. I'm just gonna fucking post up.
Won't trade Anunoby
and not trade anyone and lose people in free agency. It's like
Toronto's roster is worse than theirs. Toronto's roster is definitely worse than theirs. The Pacers roster is probably is worse than theirs.
In Chicago?
Yes.
No, well, that's not what I'm saying though. It's like I think
that's what I'm talking about Ike and his.
The Pacers have a better roster than the Bulls.
The Pacers do not have a better roster than the Bulls.
Yep.
Other than how who do they got that's better than?
Hey, guess who got signed on October 17th by the Pacers? Reed Travis.
What? Travis Reed?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's go.
Wait,
no, you gotta be kidding.
No, I'm not.
I didn't know you're still playing basketball.
Dude, shout out to Reed Travis, man.
Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner.
He could be a needle mover.
Reed Travis, maybe.
I take Zach LaVine over Miles Turner every day.
Okay.
Every day.
I mean, I'll take
strange comparison, but
yeah. Well, yes,
that would be more like the 1-2.
I'm talking players in general.
Okay. I feel like that's a good comparison.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago still hasn't solved their sort of point guard debacle.
No, we made it worse.
Yeah, and like
we made it so much worse.
And you've talked about so many times about how like if this team maybe had a table setter, then it would really just like it could bring everything together. And we
just need Lonzo. We just need Lonzo to just play basketball.
And they just didn't do that over the offseason.
Not doing it this season either.
Kobe White hours.
He can stand up though.
Scary hours, Kobe White.
Kobe White terrified hours.
Okay.
What do you got,
me,
Sam?
7 Atlanta, 8 Toronto, 9 Chicago, and 10 Orlando. I sort of reject your Atlanta out of the play-in premise, Mike, because there's some people that think they're gonna be really good. I'm not there, but I am I think they could be high play-in because of Quinn Snyder. Um, like I'm not a huge Trae Young guy. I'm certainly not a DeJounte Murray guy. I am a Onyeka Okongwu guy, we'll say.
Beast.
Capella, whatever, but
All right. Yeah, as I was saying, Hawks, not scary. No fear in them. That's a 500 team. That is a 500 team. There is 42.5, and I'm sitting them, parking them underneath that.
I'm hammering the over on that.
Last year, they were exactly 41-41, right?
Yeah, and they had a bunch of weird shit happening last year. They didn't have Quinn Snyder for a year.
First year with DeJounte.
Dude, Trae has been moving off ball in preseason.
Yeah. He's looked great off ball in preseason.
Trae Young. Hired a Trae Young. I'm done with it.
Trae Young,
pretty good.
parentheses, not valid in Dykeman. If Trae Young goes to Dykeman.
I might be on the Trae Young underrated train now. I used to be his biggest hater.
I think he has.
Now
I think he has.
You were preying on his downfall in Oklahoma.
I was, because people overrated him. Now the pendulum has swung too far.
I think I agree with
He's
you.
now underrated.
Yeah.
This is a guy who can average 31 points a game in a season, 10 plus assists. Give him his due. Mike?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Dick?
No.
Okay.
All right. What do you got?
Bottoms.
Or did we finish the play-ins or no?
Yeah, we finished playing. Bottom 11th, I got Charlotte. 12th, I got Indiana. 13th, Brooklyn. 14th, Detroit. 15th, Washington. The worst team in the NBA. Charlotte, I think there's actually, I'm looking at the roster. I'm like, some of these guys sort of used to be decent players, and LaMelo is still there. Maybe they'll get a full year out of him. Maybe, I don't know.
The only way to fix Charlotte is cursed. The only way to fix that franchise is moving that shit to Seattle. They need to get the hell out of Charlotte. It is not.
They just need to get rid of literally everyone. LaMelo is a horrible person to be your best player. That guy is a loser. Other than that, I'm not sure who you're seeing. Gordon Hayward.
Hey, G-Time. You've always been a Gordon Hayward guy.
Yeah,
Gordon Hayward stock has never been lower on a team led by LaMelo. It'd be a better team if they let him take control. I'll give you that. But this team is in disarray. This team is a disgrace. They are my worst team. Actually. Worst team.
Well, let's hear what's your team's here.
All right. So right outside, I got the Washington Wizards.
That's such bullshit, dude.
Chicago Bulls, Detroit Pistons, Charlotte Hornets.
You cannot make an argument that the Washington Wizards are better than the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, I like Tyus Jones and Jordan Poole backcourt. I like that.
That's better than That's crazy.
I think the Bulls are dysfunctional.
That's crazy.
I think this team's going to be pesky.
Hammer
me over
Davis.
for Wizards.
Johnny Davis comeback revenge season.
Play this season.
Their over under is 24.
Hammer
24
over.
and a half.
Over.
Yeah, you do that. All right. Well,
they have too much proven talent.
Yeah, I'm staying
too
away
much
from
proven
that.
talent. 24 and a half. Guaranteed lock. Put your first house on it.
I don't know if they'll get to 20. Go ahead.
Yeah. I got Atlanta, like I said. Then I got Detroit, 12. Then I got the Nets. Then I got the Charlotte, and then the Wizards. The Wizards are going to be an absolute dumpster fire of a franchise.
Wait, sorry. You had who's 11?
Atlanta.
Okay.
Detroit.
We talked about that. Oh, okay.
Nets. Hornets, Wizards. Yeah.
Yeah, Detroit is weird, man. It's like they got like 3 point guards for 2 guard slots, and then they got 4 centers for 1 center slot.
Yeah,
Weird.
it just doesn't seem like, I don't know what they're building towards, but it just doesn't seem like it's anything.
All right. I think that covers it for the East. Let's move to the West. Top 4. Actually, why don't we do top 3 and then so we can split up the top 6.
All right. You want to go first?
No.
Okay, sounds good. I got Denver taking 1, and then I got Phoenix, and then I got and Sam's gonna throw up the Oklahoma City Thunder taking the 3rd slot. Yes.
What are we doing?
OKC Thunder, top 3. The future is now.
I'm so done with this, bro. This has been the entire offseason. I'm hearing fucking everyone. Oklahoma City, they're gonna be so good. They're gonna be so good.
You are so salty, dude. You are so salty.
Bro,
Salty.
I'm just
About what?
He's mad. He's mad that the Thunder have jumped the Wolves in prospect range. Yeah.
No.
In what?
In potential. In
No.
team, in talent.
Not
talent.
even close. Not even close.
No, I
Talent.
mean,
They jumped the Wolves.
their potential is greater than the Wolves. I'll
actual
give you that.
talent.
No. If you give me Anthony Edwards over anyone.
SGA? I don't know.
Yes.
I take Ant over SGA right now as well.
Give me someone who can step on a
SGA
basketball court without snapping in half. Like
Oh,
put on 60 pounds.
How many games has Carl Anthony Towns played in like the past 4 years? Let's not act like
he played like 82 games. Yeah,
super.
Cat has played a decent amount of games besides like last year.
Yeah, Cat's durable.
You're miss
Giddy, SGA, torture chamber.
They're losing again this year.
It's gonna run.
No, you don't even know your shit. You didn't even mention Jalen Williams.
This is pathetic. No.
Potentially maybe the highest.
So mad.
This is aggressively
disingenuous.
Look, I think they're too young. Okay, I think it's a really good conference. I think there's been a lot of buzz about this 44.5 number, and like, oh yeah, like I'm taking the over. No, man. I think it's like
over.
Whatever.
Which one do you want to take me head to head on it?
I will.
All right.
Right now.
One you. Right now.
One you. Easy.
One you.
All right. Good to know.
Put that down.
Whatever. There's too many good teams in this that are just like and they're a good team. They're don't get me wrong, but like no.
Hold on 1 second. You think they're adding 5 wins? No, I don't see that.
Only 5 easily.
No,
I'll explain. That's light work. Light work.
Okay, let's move on. For me, top 3: Denver, LA, the Lakers, obviously, and Phoenix.
It's garbage.
What is garbage?
Lakers garbage.
You think the Lakers are garbage?
Garbage.
What do you think happened? It was a fluke that they made it to the Western Conference Finals?
I think it's a fluke that they had to go to the play-in.
Mr. Heat, watch your mouth, Mr. Heat.
Their roster was dog shit before the fucking.
Well, I'm saying
deadline.
This is the guy who was just all over the Heat and said the regular season last year didn't matter. Yeah,
I did not say that. I said that Heat culture finally started to kick in with those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they made it.
I think the Lakers roster is not very good. I still don't believe in your boy Austin Reeves. I still think he sucks.
All right. I mean,
think LeBron's age is going to finally bite him. I think it's time. Time's up.
Wow.
Time's up for LeBron.
Yeah, sure, man.
What?
People have been saying that for about a decade.
They're gonna be right eventually.
Time has not ticked up yet.
Oldest player in the NBA. The oldest player in the NBA is about to lead this team to second in the West.
I think they're gonna be good as fuck. I think they're gonna be a good ass team. And I think that I like the moves that they made over the offseason. I like Gabe Vincent on that team. I think you're patently wrong about Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves, garbage.
Whatever. I watched FIBA. Like, I watched him in the playoffs. Like, was clearly the third best player on that team. And
the team sucked. Other than the top two, the team wasn't very good.
The Lakers?
Yeah. Like, other than, like, then you have what? D'Angelo and fucking Schroeder?
Okay, so, I mean, they had Vanderbilt to throw around. They had Rui Hachimura, who had a big playoffs.
He had, like 2 games.
They've added Taurean Prince. Like, I just like their moves that they've made over the offseason. And I think that they're going to maintain the success that they had in the second half of the season post-trade deadline into next season. And I don't think that's a crazy thing to say at all.
Torian's a huge addition.
Like, top 3.
Nuggets, Suns, Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
would worry about the Golden State's health is probably my one thing. Kind of keep it, being able to play all the game, but I don't think it's like a crazy,
Yeah.
They've got a high ceiling.
I think I'm somehow more worried about Phoenix's health with
KD playing all the games, or what are you talking
about? And Beal. Beal likes to be injured as well.
Well, that's the thing. Was he injured, or was he just in Washington?
Also, with them, it's like they have 3 options.
Age-old question.
Like, you can't, like, even with just 2 of those guys, I'm pretty happy with that Phoenix roster. Like, if Kevin Durant,
about Beal and Booker, but I know about Booker, but I don't know about Beal. Yeah. Beal is like being like, I don't know about Beal. I guess I just haven't seen him play enough in the past ever. It's just like,
yeah, I don't get the Nurkic thing, but Phoenix is gonna be good.
Walking 10-10.
Like, okay. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, just giving up everything at the rim. I think I do. I think Chris Paul will help them where Jordan Poole didn't. So I don't mind the pick. Denver.
Yeah, it just seems like a competent team.
Yeah.
With
well coached.
A lot of unpredictability.
All right, Ike, you're 4, 5, 6, please.
Lakers, Timberwolves. I have 2 that I was deciding between here.
Make the pick.
Kings.
Okay.
Fair.
Yep. Timberwolves. Fair. I'm kind of thinking about, I'm looking at the Timberwolves roster and I'm looking at the teams around them. And I find it to be a lot more dependable than like relying on what the Kings did last year, just thinking that'll happen again. The Grizzlies, I guess I won't spoil other people's, but like a lot of questions around that team. Clippers, just a lot of questions. Timberwolves, I think you got like Ant maybe making the jump into super duper star, and then you got a lot of just like guys who can win you games otherwise. So.
Yeah, I think I do agree that Sacramento is going to have a bit of a slowdown kind of season, just because they're okay. They're so lucky health wise last year. Like, all their dudes were healthy all year long. I think, and they were just terrible defensively. I think, they're going to maintain the pace. They're going to maintain like the offense, I think. But I do also think there is a factor of like teams aren't going to like mess around when Sacramento comes to town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that they were towards the end of the year, but I do think that they're not going to be. Or are they 3 seed? 3 seed seems pretty out of reach for them.
Agreed.
Pretty handily. Let's see. Is it me? Yeah, it's me. 4th, Golden State. 5th, Memphis. And 6th, Minnesota.
These Grizzlies. How big of an impact do you think the suspension is going to have on them?
That's a third of the season.
Like, I think it's hefty, you know? Like, I think that's a lot of games they're going to be losing out on their best player.
It also sucks to lose Tyus Jones, especially considering that
he was, yeah.
I agree.
Like,
I agree with both of those statements. I think that like the suspension will weigh heavily on the team. But I think that I've counted them out. This is sort of your Kings, Mike, to a lesser degree, where it's like I don't, this team and the players that they find and their coach, like they just find a way to win so many regular season games just by, working hard and going on streaks where they make every shot. And I just feel like that's going to happen again. I think Bane is going to have a big year. Marcus Smart is a serviceable replacement for Dillon Brooks and Tyus Jones in different ways, I think. And John Conchar, let's go. That's it.
I mean, but Tyus was like one of the best facilitators like in the league last year. Like he had obviously his best year as a pro last year. I think that's a hard thing to replace. Beyond the job stuff. My 4.
Who got him?
Shut up. Not a starter. My 4. I refuse to be on the wrong side of history again. The Sacramento Kings. Mike Brown, and I again, hand up, I was dead wrong. He gets the boys buzzing. I don't know what about that man. That dude just does it. And I cannot be more sorry for the Kings and Mike Brown, because I will not let them light that beam against me again, because they just won games. At the end of the day, they're fast and they won games.
I took a U-turn on the beam pretty quick too. I'm way out on the beam.
You're out on the beam?
Yeah, way out on the beam.
Dude, brutal.
I
it's the best gimmick in the NBA.
Sacramento listeners destroyed the beam.
Is this a call back?
Calling for the beam's head.
5.
We got any loyal listeners near the Sacramento area. Prove it.
Destroy that beam. Ship it to Ike's apartment. 5, again, all the way back on my bullshit with Luke and those maps.
I knew it, dude.
This is
time.
It's time. It's the other guy on that team.
Dude, they're starting Derek Lively and Omax Prosper.
It's time.
Like,
it's time.
There's
for
no
Luka.
way. There's no way.
It is time.
That roster stinks.
It's time.
Grant Williams is going to be taking 16 shots a game.
Grant Williams.
Luka and Kyrie, those are 2 great basketball players. Top 3 duo.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't even say that, did you?
I think so. I think they're my 3rd.
Yeah. I think
Mike's another one of your disingenuous.
Absolutely.
Put it on the bottom line of ESPN.
Yeah, just freezing cold.
All right, and
Mad
then
Dog Morris.
Golden State 6. Okay.
6,
so you think they're gonna like falter a little bit?
Well, I mean, like I just think like with age comes like having to take more rest, and it's like it's
they care about the postseason more.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think that's kind of how
I can see that.
That's what happened a lot. Yeah. So
Clay's being ominous on Instagram.
He's always ominous on Instagram.
Play-ins.
Then my play-ins.
Yeah, playing all 4.
All right. 7, I got Memphis. I just think that's a big suspension. I think they're
Sure.
good roster, good roster, but big suspension. 8, I got Minnesota. They got to prove it. I think they got to prove it to me. They got to prove it to me first. Last year, I thought was obviously disappointment. And I think they got to do more before I can start putting them in that next tier. 9, I got San Antonio.
Oh my god, this is such
San Antonio.
The worst.
San Antonio, yes.
Yes.
Wemby starts now.
I hope you write this stuff down. We need to review this.
I have it all right here.
Yeah, we
got it all right here.
Yeah, don't lose that note.
I'll share it to you. Yeah, San Antonio, and then 10, I got the Lakers sneaking in.
Oh Jesus, that is so bad. That is so bad. The Lakers 10th.
What were they last year? Hold up. What were they last year? Why are we acting like this is crazy?
Because it was completely different rosters.
Oh, playing team, whatever. 10. Old man. Father time comes for everybody.
Jesus Christ. That is a note on Minnesota. I think from what I saw in the preseason, obviously it was a very small sample size, but the Cat Gobert pairing looked a lot less clunky, and I thought the Naz Reid Gobert and Naz Reid Cat minutes looked a lot less clunky as well. The latter two being super, terrible metrically last year.
Yeah.
And I like the depth on the Wolves as well. I like the fringe guys a lot. So
I think they have the best 4th center in the league right now, by far, in Luka Garza.
Oh. Hey, he was Player of the Year, right? Or just Big Ten Player of the Year?
Player of the Year.
Was he National Player of the Year or Big Ten Player?
National Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Luka Garza.
Put up 40, nearly 40 last night.
Well,
I would have liked to bet on his over, but they did not let me.
Luka is doing it for Gaza.
I'm not even kidding. Luka Garza, he looks skinnier right now. Luka Garza looks lean, but he said he's the exact same weight, so it's just muscle now. Let's check in on that later.
Inshallah,
Mental note. I'll write it down for you.
He never sees the floor,
fit.
So everyone is healthy.
Before we move on, we tried to do this in the news, but as a show, we stand with our Palestinian brothers. Absolutely. We will make that known.
I saw you tweeted that on behalf of the Bulls, and then they tweeted something else.
I was the representative. I don't know who else.
What does that mean?
It's front office issue.
I'd like to hear from Benny the Bull.
Benny is actually
he's been really quiet, dude.
Moving forward, thank you.
Secretly funding Hamas.
The plan for me. I have Sacramento. Touched on their dip. I don't feel great about it. I know you're shaking your head.
Sam, Mike. I was on that. I was there last year.
I know.
You're going to be embarrassed.
I know. 8th, I got Oklahoma City. We touched on them. I think they'll make the playoffs. I don't buy the crazy leap. 9th, I got the Pelicans. Fucking weird, They're what were they, like 26-12 at one point, and then they lost like a million games in a row. Can't bet on I think what's their over under, Mike? Pelicans.
The Pelicans over under is 44.5.
I think it's right at same as the Wolves.
I think it's an under. Yeah, you just can't bet on them to do the over there. And then 10th, I have the Clippers. I don't think this team is good. I don't think the Clippers are good. I picked the Suns to win in 5 last year. I think I put a U on that. Just 3-1 Suns. was so confident about it, and that's what happened.
Sam, this is big of you though, because you've probably been the biggest Clippers guy that I've known over the past 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, I like both Kawhi and Paul George are good. It's just I think that the depth has deteriorated. Terrence Mann is 27.
Yeah, I've been seeing that whole yeah.
Terrence Mann is 27.
Role player. Yeah.
They're like, he's a gem. He's our core. He's the future. He's 20, bro. That man is in his prime.
He's older than me.
That man is in his prime, and he's Terrence Mann. This team sucks. This team sucks.
Yeah.
Batum, shell of himself. Can't even get to the damn whatever
borderline
knockout
retired.
Tournament. Can't get out of the group.
Terrible FIBA. That was insane. Those guys, he sucked.
Disgrace. Ugh. Covington, shell of himself. Can't play. I like Norman Powell.
Rocco.
Norman Powell's all right.
Rocco can't move laterally anymore.
Westbrook. It's going to be Westbrook ball.
What happens when James Harden finds his way there, though?
Nothing.
It's going to happen.
Then that's a different team. Then it's a different team.
Do
you think Westbrook would go to Philly? That'd be hilarious.
No, gross,
dude.
I think he would get thrown out.
That'd be terrible.
I guess.
But yeah, I think they stink. I think they suck. And they're 10th.
Yes. Agreed. Finally, Sam, this is big for you. You're off that.
Have I been that much of a Clippers guy?
You have been the only one who's been hyping the Clippers.
Yeah, I guess I have. Yeah.
There aren't many, Sam.
Yeah. All right, Ike, what do you got?
Grizzlies 7, Clippers 8, OKC 9, New Orleans 10. Sam, one thing that does frighten me is you and I have the exact same 10 teams that made the play-in and playoffs as last year.
You guys don't know ball. That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's the same top 10, different order.
Yeah,
but the same top 10.
Different order, but the same teams.
Okay.
Which, I mean, it's not insane considering the teams.
I mean, I switched.
There's a heavy drop off after the Mavericks, where it's Jazz, Trailblazers, Rockets, Spurs, and I'm pretty confident in that. So it kind of seems like only the Magic could, or not the Magic, the Mavericks could jump in. But
I mean, here's what I'll say. Well, I think the Pelicans could easily drop out of the plan.
Yeah,
that's my thing. I'm done with New Orleans. I am done with New Orleans.
Oh,
I'm so done with New Orleans. I'm done. Yes.
Are you?
Yes. Why?
Every part of it? Because I haven't seen two bigger riders on Mount Zion than you two. Yeah.
I love Zion, man.
Not Zion's fault. Not Zion's fault.
When Zion plays, they win.
Yeah, but he's fat and he won't learn how to run. Or
just another more shaming. Yeah, I mean the Trey Murphy injury sucks. Alvarado got injured over the offseason. I think they're a fun team. It's just it really just hinges on their two guys. Brandon Ingram looks so bad over the play.
Yeah.
Can't get his groove. I don't know. I don't weigh that too much. I don't know if that's. Yes. So Ike goes back.
Number 11. I'm gonna toss New Orleans 11. Just put Dallas at 10. At 12, I'll put Trailblazers, Jazz, Spurs, Rockets.
Trailblazers, Jazz.
Actually, Rockets are above Spurs. So Spurs dead last.
See, you say I'm disingenuous, but you're just the biggest hater.
They were the worst. They were literally the worst team in the league last year.
is no.
Second
They didn't have
worst
the worst
team in the
record.
league last year.
They didn't have the
Like
worst
how
record last year.
crazy that I put them last
I mean,
year. Second worst.
they've gotten so much better this year.
Have they?
Yes.
They don't
They
want to win this
immediately
year.
got better.
They're in
Wait,
their
Mike,
best interest to lose.
Where'd
like,
you have him again?
Yeah,
Ninth.
playoffs.
Play-in.
Okay, yeah, I think playing is outrageous.
Wemby play-in. Absolutely.
Could they get to 30 wins? Maybe.
Yes. Their over-under is 29.5. Love the over there.
I think they could get to 30 wins. Here's the thing, Mike. I think that they're gonna rest Wembanyama.
Yeah, they're gonna try to lose.
Don't speak that into it.
They're not gonna play him like. Yeah, they are gonna. That's not
There's
like
so much buzz
thing.
around them resting Wembanyama because he doesn't. He's exempt from the whole like all-star resting rule nonsense. It's too bad.
Why can't you guys just believe, dude? Why can't you guys just believe in?
No.
Fucking haters. Don't care. Spurs 9th. You're next.
Put my life.
Oh, me? Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I have Dallas 11th. I wrote down trash. Rookies playing rotation minutes. I don't think I need to say much more.
Wait, but you forgot who they have on their team. They have Kyrie and Luka.
Okay.
Together for a whole season.
Don't care. Jason Kidd also.
That is also the opposite of a guarantee that Kyrie is going to be there for a whole season.
He said that he said he wished he was drafted to Dallas. He's so ready.
Yeah.
Dude, Jason Kidd is a bad coach.
Hey. No.
Jason Kidd sucked on the Bucks.
Giannis
and they're like, we need Jason Kidd. Like, why? Whatever. Moving forward. Utah 12th. What?
Insane.
That is not insane. They were literally fucking 10-3 to start the year.
My bottom 5 is all teams I'm sick and tired of. Clippers, New Orleans, Utah, Portland, and Houston. Portland and Houston are just kind of collateral damage, I feel like, this season. Houston obviously has their own issues. The Dylan Brooke saga is going to be an absolute disaster. It's going to be funny, but it's going to be a disaster. That guy stinks. He's not this villain that he's trying to make himself out to be. Like, he just stinks. He's just a douchebag. And not very good.
Yeah, I don't think
Portland.
Yeah, quick note on Houston. I think Van Vliet and Brooks don't really move the needle. In a way.
No, Van Vliet also kind of stinks.
Yeah, two of the literally the two least efficient shooters on high volume in the NBA. So
they need D'Antoni.
Jalen Green's probably down there too.
D'Antoni on that team would be be a cancer.
You'd get him into the play-in somehow.
Udoka might make him good.
Yeah, the X Factor is Ime. Ime's not gonna take no fucking shit from.
Maybe he can keep it in his pants.
Right.
But
unlikely.
Yeah, Portland obviously probably the worst coach in the NBA, and just bad roster. Not a good roster. Utah, they had a little run, but Laurie he's not it. It's over. They're just not in a good spot to be winning games right now, and that's okay for them. New Orleans, we've talked about them a bit, and the Clippers obviously don't want to play basketball.
Yeah, I don't think the Clippers are gonna miss the plan. I just don't think they're that bad. I think they stink, but I don't think they're bad as the bad teams. All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's quickly run through our awards picks. Mike, go first.
All right. MVP Luka Doncic. Back. I'm gonna call it again. I'm gonna keep calling it till it hits. Rookie of the Year, Victor Wembanyama. Most improved player, even though I said this about Portland, Anthony Simons. I like Anthony Simons, and it's also plus 1,500. Pretty good value there. Defense Player of the Year, I got Giannis. Sixth Man of the Year, Chris Paul. Even though they have 6 starters, I don't know how they're going to go about doing that vote. And then Coach of the Year, the Thunder's coach, Mark, whatever. Dagnall.
Yeah, you believe in that one a lot.
Hard to pronounce. It's spelled crazy.
Okay.
I forgot about Coach of the Year, to be honest. Go ahead.
Are you gonna go or should I?
Think about Coach of the Year.
All right. I'm gonna do one realistic and one good value pick for each of them. This one, I'm like torn on MVP because probably Jokic, but I could see if the Bucks are like the best team in the league by far, I could see him getting it. And he's plus 600 on certain books, which seems really good. LeBron is plus 5,000. So Sam, you got Lakers second in the West.
Sam, you have to bet that. You have to bet that. You have to bet that.
No, I don't want to, and I won't.
Sam, you have to. Rookie of the Year, Scoot, Chet plus 700.
I forgot about
Chet. Decent.
Yeah, I forgot about Chet.
DPOY, I just put Giannis plus 850. Come on. Nick Claxton plus 2,500.
Yeah, I mean, Ike's
disregarded on the Nets
guy, so
yeah, that's good value. Most improved, I got 6 guys. The favorite is Mikal Bridges, which I don't like. You got to acknowledge that he was really good last year.
But so that's the hardest one to do, prediction wise.
Yeah, I agree.
I wrote this down. It's that you really don't know. So I put Ben Simmons plus 8,000. David Roddy plus 15,000.
Big Roddy guy.
Devin Vassell plus 4,000. Keldon Johnson plus 8,000. Write him down. Coach of the Year, I think Mike Malone's he's plus 900. How is that possible? Mike Brown.
Yes, Mike Brown.
So he hasn't even won one. So I feel like the NBA, if they're the 1 seed again, he's kind of due.
Yeah,
for
that'll
one.
be like
but
Monty
he's not someone
Williams.
people like. He's not someone people like though.
Pay your respect. Son of Bernie Bickerstaff, JB Bickerstaff, plus 1,600.
That guy's not a good coach.
No, let's slow down. Good coach. Chris Finch, plus 2,800.
Yeah.
Chris isn't enough of an NBA league bot.
All right, Sam, before you go, I have a serious question about Chris Finch. If you guys end up in the play-in again, is it time to move on from Chris Finch?
I mean,
for both of you.
I think it just depends on if everyone's healthy and we end up in the play-in, then I think there's going to be serious questions there to answer that. Okay, so I didn't look up the odds. Sorry.
I just threw some good bets out.
MVP Jokic. I think this is actually a lock. I think there was a lot of stir around, his lack of defense, and sure, he slowed down towards the end of the year. But if the guy averages a triple-double and he's on the 1 seed and he just won the championship, and everyone feels like a dumbass that voted for Embiid last year, by the way, because Jokic is clearly
I stand by my vote.
Jokic is clearly the better player, then.
Yeah, it helps him that he didn't win
Yeah,
last year.
I think it's Jokic. DPOY got Giannis.
But the thing is, for Jokic to win, though, does he have to at least perform to the same level as last year? Like, if he
you think he's
last year
decline?
his numbers were. I mean, I'm not saying like he's not gonna be like a bad player, but last year his numbers were just kind of insane. You know, it's like I think it's hard to replicate that level of. I know, but I'm saying like, does he have to keep that level, or like if he is on like a slight decline, does that hurt his ability?
Sure, any sort
do.
of decline will hurt his ability, but I just don't foresee that happening. I think is my take. DPOY Giannis. I don't know, not much to add there.
Giannis, we all
plus 600.
Yeah, kind of like that actually. Most improved Maxey. I'm a Maxey guy.
I thought about doing that.
Yeah,
one
I feel like
it's hard because he was good. Again, he was too good.
I really feel like this is...
Yeah, but he was good, but he was a 20-point per game scorer, and if he takes the 20 to 25, then that's like that's approaching like all-star, like notable player area. I think, so many Kelly Oubre scored 20 points a game, okay, in the NBA last year.
Freeze. Are you insinuating that Kelly Oubre is not an absolute bucket?
Hey, Kelly Oubre on the Sixers.
All right.
I'll go on record as saying that.
Sixth man of the year, I have Naz Reid. I think he's gonna be
your sixth man. He's the first off.
He's the first off the bench, and he's a good ass player. I think it's sort of consensus that he's the best backup center in the league.
Yeah, I didn't do 6 man.
Rookie of the year, Wemby. Clutch player of the year. Lest you forget. I don't know. I just put Shea, I guess. Like whatever.
Pretend award.
Coach of the year.
There you go.
Coach of the year, I'm like torn between Taylor Jenkins, who I hate, and Nick Nurse, because I feel like both of those teams, they're dealing with a lot of adversity, and I think one of them is going to perform pretty well because they're actually pretty good. And
I also thought about the Nick Nurse redemption tour.
Yeah, I think he's a good coach.
Mm-mm.
I think the players on Toronto suck. I don't think they're good.
Yeah, but nah, don't see it.
Who is your coach of the year, Mike?
Mike Malone.
Yeah, I like that pick too. And then Mike, you had Dagnall. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, lads?
I have a new way I'm gonna wrap us up if no one has anything further. Mike, you got anything further?
Yeah. So the game just tipped off between the Aces and the Liberty. Seems pretty tight out the gate. But I'm still pretty confident that these Aces are just the better team.
Sam, I also had a piece of news that I gave to Mike that came in while you were glitching. An ESPN report that skipping practice is only the beginning of what James plans to do in Philly.
This man is a joker. He's the true villain. He is the true villain.
Big plans that don't include playing. All right. I wanted to shout out, some high school ballers, like some teams,
Talking teams again.
Yeah, why not? So I'm shouting out St. Croix Prep women's ball.
This is so fucked up.
Don't say anything. Let me finish. St. Croix Prep is my